Esperanza, have you seen the hit show Impractical Jokers before?
No.
Oh.
Your son's gay.
Kill Tony episode number 740 was prime time. The guest that Tony picked out for this episode had appeal for both comedy fans and mainstream audiences alike, with Gabriel, Iglesias, and Sal Vulcano. Fluffy was making his second appearance as a guest, and his first showing was stellar, and put him in the conversation as one of the best guests in 2025. He's funny, quick, and gives feedback to the open micers. You would think his more clean style of comedy wouldn't meld well with the show, but it does. Fluffy is a true pro and can deliver in any situation, and this episode proved that in bunches.
I grew up fat.
Me too.
Yeah. I was almost 400 pounds.
Whoa, that's like a 4X.
Yeah.
It's actually a 5.
Tabletop scores.
S'mores.
S'mores. Okay.
Should I just translate for you?
Yes. Absolutely.
Háblame en español, güey. Yo le digo.
And I was like, you know what? Junior Seau smoked weed, and you know what he did, so let's not do that.
A hell of a segue.
Yeah.
Just say you don't like the Chargers, bro.
Yeah.
No, he was tall, but he wasn't, this.
You mean amazing?
Well, I got 3 gym memberships, so that shit better pan out.
Well, you took mine. You can keep it.
Yeah.
It was great for a first-time set.
Better than my first set.
Yeah.
Better than my first set. I don't know why he's working, though. He's fucking funny.
I appreciate that, sir.
You're funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Can I just say that joke about the flat dice? How many people were like, oh my God, I've never,
Yeah.
I cannot unsee that. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
As for Sal, he's been on the show numerous times and is a staple in the comedy podcast world. It's been a minute since his last Kill Tony appearance, appearing alongside Luis J. Gomez last year, which was one of the more memorable episodes from 2024. Sal is unapologetically himself and has great banter with both his fellow panelists and the open micers. He's also not afraid to give feedback as well.
You ever worry about her banging any of the students? That's a thing that's happening nowadays.
She probably does it once a year just to see if she...
Last I heard, she was serving a 12-year prison sentence for not rape, kidnap, torture.
Oh, torture. Oh, good. Okay. Thank God. Thank God. This almost got weird.
Austin, Miami, New York, LA, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Do you do it in so many places because the place you do it in won't have you back? So she's sleeping and you're jerking off.
Yeah.
And then it's children's books, you say, you're right?
Yeah, for adults. So I'm going to clap her cheeks until she agrees with everything I say.
That wasn't a joke so much as a grievance followed by a threat.
Still sound gay?
Yes.
You're like a Matthew McConaughey wrapped in an action Bronson.
Yeah.
For fun, play board games. I shoot music videos also for some of the hip-hop scene in Austin. You led with board games, though.
But you seem very authentic with yourself. So it's very endearing. Pretty cool in a minute. You had, like, it was a full, it felt like a set in a minute. You had a beginning, a middle, and end. That doesn't happen a lot. So it was nice to see, like, something that well-rounded in a minute. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Sal and Fluffy's star power outside of comedy is enough to draw eyeballs from people who aren't necessarily Kill Tony fans. These are the types of episodes or panels I feel like Tony should consider putting on Netflix instead of the overly produced arena shows and ones with the likes of Tom Segura and Joe Rogan as guests, who are notoriously some of the worst panelists for the show. However, it's a good thing this episode wasn't on the world's largest streaming service because it was just okay for the most part, with really only one bucket bowl having a true standout moment. The show started off with the return of Drew Nickens ending his 6-month sabbatical he got from losing a 4-comedian battle royale in Nashville, Tennessee. Nickens was fine here. He had some okay jokes, but it was mostly the material we become accustomed to seeing from him his whole career on the show. The crowd was extra giving to Drew, which makes sense. I think he's a guy most Kill Tony fans want to see do well, even if his jokes don't necessarily pack that big of a punch. His interview was quick, and it kind of felt like Tony couldn't wait to get him off the stage. He knew what he was doing because Fluffy complimented him on one of his jokes right when Henchcliffe tried to send him on his way, and it led to a dud of a story about him in a dunk tank.
Can I just say that joke about the flat
dice. How many people were like, oh my God, I've never, I cannot unsee that. I was like, wow.
And I'm the guy that almost drowned in a float tank like 2 weeks ago.
Wait.
JD Madison was the first bucket pull of the night, and he came across as lovable and rootable. He opened with a self-deprecating joke and followed it with a gay joke. Each joke got a little bit worse than the last, but his endearing demeanor kept his set light, which was ironic given his stature. His minute was made all the better, and his flaws were minimized after we found out this was his first time trying stand-up. For a first set, this was actually pretty solid.
I'm going to stage dive after, so you two get ready to catch, all right? The headline tomorrow would be 3 dead, 7 injured, 16 missing. I have a lot of intrusive thoughts. I don't think you can really call yourself straight until you jack off to gay porn for the first time. I like to do it once a year, just on my birthday, make sure I'm still good. Little gift to myself, comfort my own sexuality.
Ernest Evans, the third bucket pull of the night, finally gave us a really good 60 seconds of comedy after somewhat of a slow start. Ernest told a well-crafted story on the use of the N-word. It even had a fun little misdirect at the very end. He drew compliments from both Fluffy and Sal for his minute.
Man, I just moved into a safe white neighborhood. I know lofty goals, white people, but now my kids got white friends. And I can't say the shit that I normally say around my kids because they got white friends. I mean, I don't say the N-word a lot, but my friends, they use the N-word like Frank's Red Hot. They put that nigga on everything. My phone rings on Bluetooth. It's one of my army buddies. The first thing out of his mouth is, nigga. Hey, hold on, bro. Chill out. I got a little white girl in the car. He like, oh, nigga, you kidnapping now? I'm like, no, bro, no. So meanwhile, I'm looking back in the rearview mirror. She looking at me smiling and shit like she ain't on the joke. I say, don't worry. She says, don't worry. My daddy says it all the time. I'm like, oh, shit. After Galvez's drunk ass twerked off the stage, Ari Matti got the show back on track with some jokes. Matti's POVs for being a new resident in America are always interesting, and it's always about things you never think about, or things we as Americans normalize. The idea that someone can do basically a 90-second bit about Advil and make it funny is very impressive to me.
I had my first American Advil. There's Advil and Advil Instant. Who the fuck has a migraine and sees those options and is like, I'll ride this out for another 45. I put this Advil in my mouth and it tastes sweet. You guys put sugar on your medicine. You know the rest of the world doesn't do that. The miracle is enough, but only in America. Even for those 2 seconds. Can it not be the greatest country on earth, huh? That's the American government. It fixes the migraine, but then slips you diabetes on the back end.
Julio, the star of this episode, came up 2 sets later, and at first it seemed like he was going to give Galvez a run for her money for Bomb of the Night. The only saving grace during his set was the pop his final joke got.
I used to be gay. I went to one of those pray the gay out of you Jesus camps. Now I'm having all kinds of heterosexual sex.
This went a long way, resulting in the panel bantering back and forth about his sexuality.
I'm a little nervous, that's it.
This guy fucking will not come all the way out of the closet. It's the craziest thing. He's like peeking through the door. Does your mom know you're gay?
I guess she knows now.
Sorry, so you are gay?
No.
Yes, he's gay. This fucking guy is gay.
I wish I like hairy asses, you know, because that would be pretty cool.
Okay.
You're a beautiful man, Tony.
Yes, I know. How many of you think I should butt fuck this guy right now? That's right.
Eventually, as the interview with Julio got deeper, he read off some more jokes, and some of them weren't bad, especially for a first-time comedian.
I work on my electric bike, try to make it faster, and now it identifies as a motorcycle.
You have some cute jokes, Julio.
Thank you.
Totally gay. This is the gayest dude, like, ever. Thank you. Oh, my God. I'm so straight.
The way he rolled with the punches and gave authentic reactions gave him one of the best interviews of the night. The crowd even ended up chanting his name by the end.
Wow. Absolutely unbelievable debut performance.
He returned one set later to translate the set of Chris Miller, who told a nuanced ding-dong-ditch joke no one understood. Miller got immediately thrown to the back burner, which was sad but hilarious at the same time, so Julio could come back and call his mom on stage.
Julio! Oh my God, here he is. Julio, what do you think it meant? Did you catch any of it?
No, like I was talking on the phone. I'm like,
Who the fuck were you talking on the phone with?
to my mom.
Let's call Julio's mom real quick. Give him his phone. Esperanza, I'm with your son, Julio.
Yes.
Your son is becoming a star in real time. How do you feel about this?
He's becoming a star from a long time ago.
Oh, I love that. The crowd is chanting his name, Esperanza. Have you ever seen him with a woman?
With many women.
Many women.
Yeah! Julio! 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 Julio!
You sound very hot.
Julio has to be like this because me.
That's right.
Even he looks like me.
Oh, you have a little facial hair?
Yes.
Esperanza, you're a legend. Let's just take notice of how boring Chris Miller is as a human being. We'd rather talk to the last guy's mother than to talk to Chris Miller.
We're going to see Julio again and his mom, with Tony inviting him back to the show whenever he has another minute to do a tag team interview with her. This episode, and Kill Tony as a whole, needs moments like these. The show lacked firepower from the bucket, and Tony found one guy he had chemistry with who was a great interview and milked it for all he was worth. This was a pretty fun time and definitely the highlight of the episode. However, when he shows up again, the nuance and intrigue of Julio will probably already wear off, but that's okay because he'll always have this episode to hang his hat on. From extremely likable to typically insufferable, David Lucas was next. Tony introduced him and said that this was a rare appearance from Lucas, but it feels like he's been coming on the show more and more lately. This minute actually wasn't that bad in my opinion, giving a somewhat unique take on fantasy football and what it's like to fall asleep to black noise.
I've been falling asleep to black noise lately. It's just videos of cops putting handcuffs on niggas and the occasional smoke detector beep. A lot of white guys play fantasy football. I've realized that fantasy football is virtual slavery for white guys because y'all get to pick y'all favorite nigga.
He also landed a pretty funny roast on Fluffy right off the bat.
That nigga looked like a character from Guess Who.
This was actually one of Lucas's better appearances in a while, at least in my opinion, but still, to have an episode where 2 of the 4 regular appearances were Drew Nickens and David Lucas kind of makes me sick. William Montgomery closed the show and had a really fun 60 seconds start to finish with jokes that I loved. This was probably my favorite set of the night, and it really delivered for me.
Amy Schumer has lost 164 pounds. The United States is experiencing a critical Ozempic shortage. But seriously, the weight loss has increased her mobility, which makes her a lot harder to chase down after she steals a joke. Pharmacist asked if I was taking any other medications. Do 4 Loko suppositories count? Whenever I think about global warming, I think about oceans rising, think about Epstein Island and how over time more and more of it will get covered up. So we staged that intervention with my buddy. They mentioned he would get a sponsor, and I was like, what the hell? He gets paid? Y'all need to intervene my ass!
Alrighty, guys, and that was my Kill Tony episode number 740 recap. What did you guys think of this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it just okay? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check the links down below as well. You can like me on Facebook at Treeb Talks, follow me on Twitter at Treeb Talks, or follow me on TikTok at Treeb Talks Clips. Also, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon so you get notified every single time I drop a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.